In the Rye Podcast is a proud member of the Borellis Podcasters Guild. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. It's episode 27 in the Rye Podcast with Curt, Fletcher. Today, my guest is going to be, this guy is one of my favorite comedians from back in the day when I worked at Laughs. His name is Paul Bond. Super excited to have him on. I always liked him because he played guitar in his act, and it was really funny stuff. He also toured with Jim Breuer for a few years. So let's go talk to Paul Bond, everybody. Cool. Paul Bond, what's up?
Hey, what's up,
Dude, man, I'm so happy.
Take that.
I'm so happy to have you on, man. You were always one of my favorite comics that would come to Laughs. I loved watching you play guitar. That was one of my favorite things. Like, man.
I got it for the folks later.
That's so awesome. My favorite one, when you did System of a Down.
Oh my God, I haven't done that in decades.
Oh yeah,
I could try to pull that out for you today.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
That was a crazy one. It took a certain person to get that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody knew SOAD back then.
Yeah. Because this was in the early 2000s, and we would get. It wasn't always like younger kids in the audience that knew who they were,
right?
So that was always one of my favorites. I was pretty young back then.
Right. And when you contacted me, I was like, "You had a catchphrase, didn't you?" And you go, "Yeah, take that." And I'm like, that was so funny to me. and a lot of people recently have been saying to you, "You got to bring it back," because it's not you get her done, but it's kind of like, yeah, take that motherfucker, and it's just that And it's funny because that's a T-shirt, first of all.
Yeah, I used to sell the T-shirt actually.
Take that, and then your name there, your website. Yeah. It's all about the promotion.
For sure.
And when you got
I did do that for a while.
Punchline and a callback. I was like, why would you lose that ever?
I know. I got so tired of it, doing it so much, and then I just stopped doing it, and then. Yeah, like you said, all the old school comics that I run into that I worked with back in the day at Laughs, like, oh, you got to bring that back. They always remember it.
And like with Larry the Cable Guy, he didn't use it all the time. It wasn't like he had to use it the entire show.
Yeah,
but every once in a while, there's a pause and applause. You go, get it in,
For sure.
It just worked. You're like, take that, man, and then boom, and you're in.
Yep.
I wish I had a catchphrase. That's great.
Yeah, it always adds like an extra laugh onto the joke too.
Right.
It gives me a few seconds to think of the next joke if I forget
it. For you audience, I'm sorry, I got a little allergy. I'm an animal rescuer during the day, and we got a new guy over at the place, and evidently Paulie's allergic to this guy, like big time.
Oh
and,
yeah.
My nose became a sieve, so I was like, that's not good.
Yeah,
and what happened?
Yeah.
It changes your voice and stuff because now I'm a little hoarse. But earlier I sounded like. Yeah, brother. I got all the gizmos, you know that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So I'm interviewing you. That's just.
Yeah. How's your New Year's Eve show?
Oh, it didn't go.
Oh, it didn't?
Yeah. What was the shame was the guy, the money man who backed it, hired a guy to do all the advertising and everything.
Yeah.
And he got a little let's say scared like the week before Christmas week. He canceled before Christmas. And I said, dude, you don't understand. Everybody makes their New Year's Eve plans like up to the minute. And my buddy Vic DiPotetto, he had a show a couple weeks before that, and he had like 1,100 streamers, and stuff like that. We didn't have a lot going on yet. I said, give it time. Everybody's learning about it. And he cut the show before we could even really get the word out. I'm like, you're such an ass. Why would you put all this money into a theater and then just cut the show? So
that sucks. I'm sorry, man.
That's all right. I got my own talk show coming up.
Do you really?
Yes.
Cool.
For your listeners, watchers, I'm a conservative. I'm coming up. I came out of the closet. I'm very passionate about things. And when I said, why are you beating around the bush? You're a supporter of Trump. And that's what my new road show is going to be. It's about being a pro patriot, pro troop, pro cop, pro vet, and I'm doing all my shows in American Legion halls and veterans halls and that kind of thing. We're doing small. We're doing 50 to 100 people because of the COVID, and then we're doing a dinner show. Either have a comic open for me or a musician, which is kind of cool.
That's super
And
cool.
yeah, it sets a mood, but it's like-minded people getting together
Hmm.
to enjoy a night out without being politically correct, basically. I can say the word faggot without somebody getting all upset. Oh my God, you said the word faggot. Because faggot wasn't a guy who sucked a dick when I grew up. It was just, the guy who couldn't play ball or anything. You faggot.
Your friend,
You're not going to go this weekend, faggot. It had nothing to do with, So
yeah.
it's
I
old
had a
school.
friend that always called everyone a fag if they didn't want to do what he wanted to do. Hey, you want to go play basketball? Not really, fag. That's just his thing,
It's a funny word when it's not used in that context. It really is. Yeah, you're a fag. I always love Joe Pesci. Yeah, half a fag. Half a fag. I love that. Like you're not committed to the full fag yet.
Yeah.
But hey, look, fags and flags. All right. Anyway, that'll be the next tour. Fags and flags. But my show's not politically correct. I don't want to deal with that. I grew up with All in the Family and shows like that, and I make fun of everybody, and everybody knows when they come to see me. My hero is George Carlin, and he never exactly spoke politically correct,
Never.
So that's my thing, So I want to have fun with it,
Cool.
And if I'm in your area, you're my guy.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
I'd love to have you.
Dude, that'd be great. I would love to. Speaking of politically correct, I can't even say it. Do you know John Valby?
I've seen him once, and it was after I was already doing it for like 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the piano guy.
Yeah.
He says the C word a lot.
Dude, he is. So I used to listen to him all the time when I was a kid. My mom had some of his tapes. And man, he had some of the dirtiest songs.
Brutal.
And I loved him.
Mine are cute compared to his,
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. And it's like, he said the C word. I'm like, Jesus.
He even throws in the N-word quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, Valby's not going to be doing that much.
Yeah.
Even black people are not saying that anymore.
Yeah.
It's some things are taboo now. It's like, it can be controversial and get in the paper, but it's not worth it,
For sure, yeah.
So I just love the fact that I'm running my show, I produce my show, and I'm having my fans actually book my show. So doing it 30 years. So I have people in Nashville, Florida, upstate New York, North Carolina. If I can get somebody in Albuquerque to do it, I can do it at a local, like a local Knights of Columbus, whatever.
Yeah,
it's just fun. It's going to be a fun night out of balls out,
Yeah.
So the Paul Bond Comedy Rally, look for it.
That's exciting, man. That's cool.
So I got a talk show coming out on Long Island, and that's going to start in spring because I want to have an audience. I want to have it's going to be. Actually, we have a very cool opening to the show. We taped it a couple months ago, but it's not edited yet. Mm-hmm. It's my friend Stevie GB. He does a great Groucho Marx. Oh, cool. And I play George Carlin. And we're talking in heaven about how society has ruined comedy with the political correctness. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I thought we paved the way really good, but then they went and fucked it up, So, and he does Groucho, but we speak in their voice and in their style. And it's really a cool little piece that starts the show, and it's just the opening, and then boom, it comes over to me on stage doing a monologue. I do desk bits, like I'm an old Carson fan, so I'm doing Paul Mark greeting cards for today's standards, Yeah. So, and I have a band coming on who does Chili Peppers, and my friend George Gallo is doing a lot of crazy shit. So there's stand up, there's comedy, there's sketches. So I'm looking forward to it. Man. And everybody will be able to see it. Everybody who's watching will be able to see it.
Is it going to be like on YouTube, or what platform are you going to use?
It's a stream service, and I think it's like initially we're just charging $10 just to get it off the ground. Excuse me, gotta wipe my nose. Just to get it off the ground. But
Yeah.
after that, we're going to see if we could build up enough following to become like what is that? Oh jeez. Oh my God, that everybody's using the term. Starts with a P. Well, you can do it for a year. You can do like a subscription for it.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it's the first conservative talk show.
Yeah.
That way. I'm only having conservatives on, and if a liberal wants to come on, fine. I don't have an issue with that. I'm not like them. I won't cancel them. But a lot of comics are liberals. A lot of comics are assholes, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of dealing with them. I didn't even know what side you leaned on, but it just never mattered to me. But if you're going to be an asshole to me, I have no use for you anymore.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
I've always been pretty much down the middle, I really don't give a shit, honestly.
Yeah, you know what it is? I'm a mixed bag. Like, I don't mind gay marriage or transgenders and all that shit. Transgenders in sports, different thing. I have a problem with that because girls are girls. I mean, hormonal. And abortion. I believe you should have abortion, but not when the baby's fully developed, late term. So I'm not an asshole. I love gay people, and I have a lot of gay friends, and they go, I love a lot of black friends. Well, Trumpers are racist. No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, asshole. That's you assume. Because and I say, I got black friends, and I go, that's the first thing a racist says. Think about that. Think about that for a moment, okay? That's not the first thing a racist says. A real racist would never admit to being around black people. Not to say, oh, I got black friends. It's totally the opposite of what a racist would say. Yeah, fuck yeah, So I just don't like the generalization that we get hit with all the time.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Because two of my best friends.
They called McCain a freaking racist, bigot, homophobe, xenophobe. They called McCain that when he ran.
Yeah. Yeah, two of my best friends are conservative, and they're like the farthest from racist that I've ever met.
Right.
So
hey, you got a bass guitar back there.
Yeah, got an Ibanez here.
I didn't know you played.
Yeah, I just started playing in July.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But COVID brought out the music in you.
It did, yeah. Yeah, because I didn't do shit for 2 months, And then I was like, man, I got to do something. So I started a podcast, bought a microphone. And I was I've always wanted to play an instrument and can't really, lug the drums around. So I was like, oh, let's get a bass. See if I can do that.
I love the bass. I got a bass too. I love playing bass.
Oh, it's fun, man.
Yeah, it is. It's a cool instrument. I finally learned how to do a slap bass.
Oh, cool.
See, my guitar heroes are like Page and Clapton and stuff like that. But I'm a mutt. I also love playing like Chic. I like Nile Rodgers. I like that funk.
Okay, yeah.
So I can play that stuff. I can play lead. I can get by, but I'm not really a lead guitarist.
Yeah.
I can fake it really well. Like, people who don't play guitar will go, "Oh, he plays good." No, I know the trick. I know all the trick.
When did you start playing guitar?
What's that? When did I start?
When did you start? Yeah.
Oh, I would say about 15 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, about 15. And it's weird because my brother won the guitar. You wouldn't even know about this because you're not even near my age. But back in the day, if there was a card company, if you sold Christmas cards or you sold greeting cards, and if you sold a certain amount, you picked from certain items for, like, you won certain items, you earned certain items, and he won the guitar. So he gets the guitar, hates it, can't play it because it takes a little to get the calluses on the fingers and stuff. So he picked up the drums. So I picked up the guitar. So I started playing on his guitar, and we formed the Partridge Family for the first. Nice. And my sister saying, "I think I love you." So we were adorable.
That's great, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I actually used to live a few blocks away from Glenn Buxton. Do you remember him at all? He played guitar for Alice Cooper. He was the original guitar player.
Really? Was he the blonde hair guy?
He had long blondish hair. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He actually got kicked out of Alice Cooper because he was
Druggies.
just a party animal, like worse than the rest of the guys. Like he used to party with Jim Morrison and hang with Jim Morrison all the time. I thought that was pretty cool.
Can't keep up with Morris.
He was the only guy that could.
Yeah, it's like hanging out with Belushi. Yeah, back then you're like, you're never gonna win. You're never gonna. So yeah, certain guys were just like warriors when it came to that stuff. Just, like, slow down, dude. You want to kill yourself, and 9 out of 10 times they do.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Hey, when did you start doing comedy? How old were you when you did the comedy?
Look at that. So now I look professional.
Nice, look at you.
The big black cock. I like that.
That's great, man. I just got this blue Yeti microphone here.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what they say for black, right? You wind up on Maury. You are not the father, motherfucker. All right. I started when I started comedy. Wow, I started when it was. I started late. I started when I was 30 because I was in bands my entire life. My last band was with my wife, and we were in a top 40 band. I was in a metal band that became a top 40 band that became a wedding band, and I was like, I am out. The wedding band paid money. It was good for my wife and I, but I couldn't play Celebration or the Chicken Dance one more time.
Oh, yeah.
I was ready. There's no creative output going on. It's just playing other people's shit.
Yeah, just bullshit that everyone wants to hear after a wedding. Yeah.
Like, how do you even like this? Yeah. So I decided I was going to try to do comedy in a talent show, which was mostly bands, and those bands brought people to applause. It was judged by applause.
Oh yeah.
Girl comes up to me and she goes, "Do well tonight." I go, "Why?" She goes, "I'll tell you later." And she knew who I was. I said, "Okay." So I go up there and I do my song parody, Tom Petty and Elvis Costello. It was early on, and I actually came in second. I actually had people voting for me who were supposed to vote for other bands.
Oh yeah.
Like I took their people away. I came in second. She came up to me and she goes, "I want you to meet somebody." I said, "Who?" She goes, "This is Tony Camacho, not the boxer. This is Tony Camacho. He's from Top Drawer Entertainment, and he would like to speak to you." He goes, "Here's my card. Give me a call Monday." I called him Monday, and I had 6 months of bookings right there. Wow, it was that fucking insane. And because there weren't that many guitar acts on Long Island. And he saw that I did different type of artists like Zeppelin and Elvis Costello and XTC. I was playing like oddball shit that most of the guitar acts weren't, you know.
What type of stuff were the other guitar acts playing back then?
Well, they would do like the mainstream songs that were out there. I mean, even at the time, like Bruce Springsteen, and they would do. One guy did a Joe Cocker thing, which Joe Cocker in a classroom and stuff like that. There was some creative stuff going on, but he just liked the fact that I didn't even touch on most of what they were doing. That I was doing. So, and I really wanted to pick artists that people knew, but enough. But they would go, "Oh wow, he's doing Elvis. Oh wow, he's doing not Presley, but Costello." And he did. Turn around and I had a pair of horn rim glasses like Elvis, and I would do Elvis's stance, and I would turn around and go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis," and then I turn around with the glasses, Costello. And I go, "What's so funny about the glasses that I'm wearing?" Oh, that was it. One line, in and out. Because my guitar hero in comedy was Dennis Blair. He opened for George.
I love
Carlin.
Dennis Blair.
18 years he opened for George Carlin.
I worked with Dennis in Fort Wayne.
He started with Rodney. He moved over to Joan Rivers, and then Tom Jones, and then 18 years with George Carlin.
Yeah.
What a fucking career he had.
Yeah. And Rodney saw him at an open mic, and his story was kind of like yours. He's just like, "Hey, you're going on tour with me."
Yeah, it's crazy. And he stepped in shit. And once you get to that level with a Rodney, he just taped Caddyshack, just filmed Caddyshack.
Yeah.
That's when you want to be with Rodney, right?
For sure.
So Rodney was crossing over into films. Dennis was opening for Rodney. Everybody heard about Dennis Blair. and I had the pleasure of working with him and my other guitar hero, Gary Delina.
Okay.
A lot of old Carsons and stuff like that. So we formed the Rock and Roll Comedy Tour, where we each would come out separately, and then we joined forces at the end, and we would do 3-part harmonies to Crosby, Stills and the Beatles. And
that's cool.
Yeah, but the show never got picked up, and we were disappointed. We were just like, wow, we even made a video. I'll post it after the show so you can see it. But it's pretty darn good, man. It was funny as hell.
I bet, man.
I was the politically incorrect one because they're both liberals.
Yeah.
But I was the one that would do the stuff that was, I saw my first real G string while I was doing 69. They're like, what? It's a family show. Not anymore. Like I was the cut up, the kid on the block. But to work with my two idols was just amazing. It was just like, wow. And
that's
we played
awesome, man.
In Atlantic City a few times.
The Borgata, you said?
Yeah, the Borgata. We did the show there. We got standing ovations 5 out of 7 nights, which is pretty damn good for a 1,000-seat theater.
When was that? Was that in the 80s?
No, that was Jesus. It was in the 2000s.
Oh, was it really?
That was maybe 4 years ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're still alive. It was 4 years ago, but it just never caught on. We needed
that's too bad, man.
A money man. We needed somebody to back it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we could rent theaters, and it just didn't happen. We were disappointed because we really wanted to tour, and make that happen. So I decided, let me reinvent myself during the shutdown and come out of the closet and just be, balls out about it, whatever. So I can do song parodies about Pelosi and Schumer and everybody else that I hate, and but make them funny,
Mm-hmm.
I did a video. I don't know if you saw it.
Here's a little something I whipped up for you. Hope you like it. L is for the losers that you are. I is for the big impeachment farce. B is for that bitch Pelosi, Schumer and Schiff, you both the pansies. S is for the swamp that Donald Trump doesn't want. Yes, libs, you're making fake news every day. Libs, we wish you would just go away. Just like a bad erection, you'll come up soft this next election, and you'll lose to Trump again. That's right, Trump 2020, baby. Nothing's stopping us now. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
How long did you tour with Jim Breuer?
Jim Breuer was a couple years, and it was an actual tour. I mean, it was cool because it was on a tour bus, and Jim and I were buddies, and he took 2 of his 6th grade buddies on. He played bass and drums, and he said, I would like to have you on the tour because it'll be one less asshole on the bus. You can open for me and play guitar for me. So I got to be an opening comic in these big places, and I got to play heavy metal guitar. I was living 2 dreams in one show. Jimmy was amazing. Great. Yeah. Brewer's a monster, man. And I learned a lot from him. So I learned to get physical, like between Carlin being my idol and Breuer being the best storyteller I've ever heard. He's so, he's very intense, but when we were on tour, it was all about his drug life, smoking pot, and he did mescaline, and we played soundtrack to his stand-up, which was an amazing thing to do. So anything he talked about, it was like he was in a movie, and then we would play whatever it was that accompanied whatever he was talking. If it was sneaking into the house after he's drunk and his mom is coming, we play like this evil music, like here she comes, But he was so good at painting a picture that was easy for us to come up with a piece of music. So, but we want to play the hokey pokey AC/DC style at the end, because he does an amazing Brian Johnson.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen that before. Did part of that tour, did he show it on Comedy Central, one of the shows?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a full show with him on Comedy Central for an hour. It was called Hardcore.
And the most fun band I've ever seen is AC/DC. If you've never seen AC/DC, go see them. The guys are 50 years old. Yeah, Larry, give me like a little, just like a yeah. AC/DC, first of all, the guys are like 50. And none of them are above like 3 feet high. Angus Young for an hour and a half. But the best is Brian Johnson. He comes out. They can take any song. They all sound the same. It's always the same concert, but it rocks. They can take the Hokey Pokey and tear it up. They gotta come out like, put your left foot in. Ooh, put your left foot out. Put your left foot in. Then you shake it. Shake it. Shake it all about doing the hokey pokey. Always have a breakdown like this. This looks like a hokey pokey crowd. You guys want to do the hokey pokey? Repeat after me. You ready? You ready? Understand a word he says, but it sounds so awesome. All you hear him is say, "You ready?" Bring on us out of town. Keep your hands covered and not get turned. Press him out. You ready? Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3. Hokey pokey. Ooh. 2 more, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Pokey, pokey! This one, I want you to take out all your anger. Ooh. Your wife makes you crazy. Your boss, you want to kick him in the nuts. Make it dangle out the back of his honey. One last primal scream. Come out. 1, 2. Hokey pokey. You guys been a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out.
And it was during this the Desert Storm. Not Desert Storm? Yeah, it was during Desert Storm. So he was talking about la 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 la. He's doing the Muslims and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
They're in the beat, you know, in the sand and sandals and stuff along. He was very funny. He was like, you know what it is? He knows how to make things funny without being offensive about it, you know. And although thinking about what he did with the Muslims might be offensive today, it's so weird how people are being held to a standard today for shit they did years ago.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, All in the Family could never be shown today because he said commie, pinko, faggot. You know what I'm saying? But that was back in the 70s. So
Yeah.
it was a whole different standard of talk and what was acceptable. And they wanted to, like they did it to Kevin Hart. So he couldn't host the Oscars because he had a gay joke that he did about not wanting his son to be gay. And it was way before any
Mhm.
type of political correctness. So it's not fair to comedians. People got to go out and learn that don't look for your trigger word. Don't look, just laugh. If it's funny, it's fucking funny.
Mhm.
It's crazy. I don't know what I haven't seen you in a couple of decades, so I don't know what your act is like. And do you think about that when you're writing material? Oh my God, did I cross the line? Or
Yeah, yeah. There's jokes that I've taken out over the years that I only do when I know the crowd's gonna laugh.
right?
When and it's very rare. A
Yeah,
lot of the stuff I won't even do at a comedy club because people are pussies.
yeah, they are. They really are, and you don't want to bury yourself so that a club doesn't, you know, hire you. Quite
Yeah,
frankly, oh, we
I
heard about
actually
him.
I ask permission to the club. If I'll tell them the joke ahead of time. I'll be like, hey, is this joke cool? And uh,
Right,
it's usually club owners that I know really well. If it's a club I'm pretty new to, I won't even think about doing it. But if
right,
it's a club I've been to a bunch of times, I'm like, hey, is it cool if I do this joke? And
right.
they're always pretty cool with it. So
Yeah, my new comedy tour really is only like 10 minutes of political and the rest is just new material. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I don't try to harp on it because who wants to talk about COVID for an hour? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
who wants to talk about all the assholes in politics for an hour? I don't have really I have an issue, but I don't feel like I have to spend that much time on it. We
mhm,
all know. I'd rather get to the new shit that's funny that everyone universally can laugh at. So um, I don't, yeah, like I wrote a bit. It's a dedication to George Carlin. He did the seven dirty words,
yeah,
shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. I said, so what I did was I wrote a bit based on that. How did the seven dirty words become dirty? And I perform it. That's George Carlin,
mhm,
because Screw could have been as bad as fuck, but Screw got fucked by fuck, and I do the animation, and it's a 7-minute piece that I wrote as Carlin, so it's not me saying I'm George Carlin, I'm as good as George Carlin, but it's an homage
yeah,
to my hero, and it does ring to his rhythm. Like some of the parts I do, I'm like, where the fuck did that? He must have gave that to me somewhere. That like he channeled that line to
mhm,
me because some of the lines are pretty cool. And when I do it, comics watch it and they go, he would be proud. He would be proud that you're
yeah,
doing this. So I look to do that. I got, of course, the song parodies are going to be all you know my shit.
yeah,
Some songs, you know what? Kurt, there are some songs I can't get rid of because people bring other people to see it.
uh-huh,
The song Teabagging, I did that there.
yeah,
But now I've added something to it to make it. I do gagging and pretending I'm looking at the balls. I'm like, "Ugh, can you watch it? And I'm pretending to be the girl.
mm,
There's 3 songs. I do the car strangle banner with about the traffic, and people know I'm not being a dick about being a patriot. That's for fuck sure, because that's what I'm there for, to support the troops. Um, and then I do by the balls. Remember, Bailamos, the
oh
rhythm
yeah,
takes you over, and I changed it to by the balls, which is the female national anthem. Those 3, if I don't do those, people go, "Oh, I brought my friend to see that. Why would you not do it?" And I'm like, "Dude, because I did it 15 years ago. That's why." But certain songs, they just live forever because they really don't have a timestamp.
yeah,
They're not. They're just goofy songs. So and by the way, the Car Strangle Banner is the Star Spangled Banner, but I would never. It's not meant to diminish our national anthem. It's just to be fun about giving the finger in traffic, which is patriotic as well, as far as I'm concerned. And I explained that on stage, middle fingers in air, I grit my teeth tight and pull out the rest of my hair. So it's patriotic, it's fun, it's aggravating like everything else in life. But they get it, the Patriots get it, and the
sure,
vets. So I explain it. I make sure that they don't fucking think I'm just, oh, we fought for that song. I know that. Okay. I don't kneel for the fucking song. So yeah, I have fun with all the new shit now. So I know, like I said, you and I haven't seen each other in, I would say, a couple of decades now, right?
it's been probably 13
2008,
years.
2007, did he close?
Well, it closed going into 2009 was the New Year's Eve
Oh,
show.
all right.
So
So
I probably saw you in 2008 if you were there.
Okay, so that's only 12 years.
Yeah, 12 or
That's
13.
it.
Yeah.
What I would give to get those 12 years back.
Dude, that's fucking forever, man. I
You
was
were a
surprised that
baby.
you remembered my Take That stuff.
I know that. Dude, you were one. You were one of those guys that stuck out that entire week. Did you also serve?
No, I
Were
worked in
you
the kitchen.
you worked there though? You did work there.
I did, yeah.
Okay, I remembered a lot about you. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. There are certain people when you go out on tour that you go, yeah, that guy was good, man. I remember. And as soon as I saw your name again, I'm like, fuck, that's the guy. And all I had to do was go, didn't you have a catchphrase? And you go, yeah, take that. And honestly, I didn't know because I haven't spoken to you that other people were bringing it up recently. So
Yeah.
must be something. It's got to mean something. So take that, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring it back this year. I'm excited. I don't have any gigs to really bring it back to right now, but
Yeah, I don't think much of us do.
I
I'm
will.
also
Yeah.
happy. I'm happy to get out of the clubs because I know once comedy comes back full throttle, they're
Yeah.
going to be hiring, the name acts like Bill Burr and Louis C.K. and all these guys to fill the rooms. You know what I'm saying? So the
Yeah.
fact that I'm creating my own venues is a smart move right now.
It is really.
So my fans could go, yeah, we're going to see Paul. Where? Well, we're doing it over here, and we're going to have it's dinner and a show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And the show's going to be an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it'll be fun. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
if you want me
American
in your
Legions are
neighborhood,
fun.
Facebook me, and I can private message you, and we'll talk about how to get the hall interested and everything else. So I send a flyer. I have this cool flyer where I'm at a poker table with all these chips in front of me, an American flag, and it says the Paul Bond Comedy Rally, and I'm pushing all my chips like this, and it says all in.
Nice.
It's pro vet, pro troop, pro cop, pro Trump, pro Second Amendment, pro First Amendment, pro laughter, and then underneath, prophylactic, provolone, probiotic. But it's a cool poster, so I send that to the venue, and they're like, "This guy's silly enough. Let's do it."
Yeah, I love that.
So it's tongue in cheek. It's fun, and we do need to laugh again. For God's sake,
Oh yeah.
it's crazy. Certain venues like resorts are opening. But even they are at half capacity.
Yeah.
So the work is slim, man. The work is slim.
Yeah, I've done a few
So
comedy clubs in the last couple of months, and it's just it's so weird, like having everything so spread out.
yeah,
It's just like even if you're doing well, it doesn't feel like you're killing it.
yes. When you do a Zoom show, it's like it's like a delay, and you're like, okay, I told the joke. Did they hear it?
Yeah.
And you got to change your timing.
Yeah.
It's like
Totally
it's
throws
weird.
off your timing. Yeah.
So so I've done a couple of Zoom shows. There was a friend of mine, Richie Byrne and Mark Riccadonna, did a benefit show for
Okay.
cancer, and they did the longest comedy show. In other words, they were going for the Guinness Book of World Records. So they started on a Friday and finished on a Tuesday,
Oh wow.
nonstop. And a lot of big names showed up for it, which was very, very surprising. And then people from England started to hear about it, and they started coming on. So people they didn't even know were like finding the show and joining in. So it was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
So what have you been up to?
I did a gig in South Dakota a couple weeks ago at this winery. I actually booked it myself, and I had a fallout, so I had to drive all the way up there and fill in.
Okay.
So, but it was a good time. I just it was kind of a short notice type of deal, so I kind of struggled with memorizing my jokes and stuff. But
Isn't it weird? It's like I would forget a whole part of a bit and go, "Oh shit, I cut that thing in half." It's like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
and I do mostly one-liners and stuff though. So it's like I try to just crack them off one after another. But
Right.
it was a longer set, and I was like, oh, what's this joke? Shit.
Yeah, and you're hoping in your memory also will open up as you're getting closer to the point where you're going, I don't know where it goes from here.
Yeah.
Please come
Yeah.
up, and boom, there it is. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
I had to throw in some crowd work at one point just to get back on track.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you always go out to the audience. So,
Yeah.
so is New Mexico open? Is it
No, it is totally shut down.
really?
Yeah, I've been here since July, and I've done one show, well, two actually. I did one at a studio, which nobody was at. It was just a live stream, and then
Right.
one was an outdoor brewery show.
Okay.
So
That's
yeah,
it. Huh?
everything's shut down here, man. It's crazy.
Crazy. Now you have a day gig, right?
No,
You don't? Oh, me neither.
no.
Oh my God. Okay. Boy, that $600 came in handy, didn't it?
Oh yeah, that was great.
That worked out
Yeah.
really well. Couldn't do the $2,000. They got to separate it. These assholes say, come on, do something. But the second stimulus won't go out until we impeach Trump.
Yeah.
They were impeaching Trump when COVID started. Now they're impeaching Trump after they need the vaccines.
Yeah.
It's like every time they should be doing something that pertains to us and helping us, they're fucking with Trump.
Yeah.
Can you do something you're being paid to do? Can't say. No, they can't. God forbid. So that's basically it for me. My whole metamorphosis has gone from working with Breuer, opening with Breuer, and then headlining, becoming a headliner myself, and in the major clubs here on the East Coast, like Rascals and Governors and stuff like that, and then and now to this point where I wrote song parodies for the radio. I wrote for Opie and Anthony, which was a big show here in New York.
Oh yeah. I used to listen to that with Russ all the time.
Yeah, they became syndicated.
Yeah.
Anthony Cumia is going to be on my first talk show.
Cool.
So I'm going to have him on there from the Compound, and Joe DeVito, who's on Greg Gutfeld quite a bit, and but now it's gotten to a point where I used to do a lot of things with other people. Now I figured, let's do for Paulie. Let's make shit happen.
For sure.
It's my turn. So now I got my own talk show. I got my own tour, and I got I can have people I really like in the business, like you, being on the show, and just reestablishing new roots. Because Trump supporters are like country western supporters. They come out in droves. You know what I'm saying?
Big time.
So, because my wife was worried about it. She goes, "Oh, you're going to ruin your following." I go, "Following? What are you talking about?" I said, I could get half of America as opposed to scattered parts and perform to the people I want to perform to. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
My heart can go into the writing now because I'm not worried about offending.
Mm-hmm.
Because funny, like the late, great John Pinette, you go now, you'll be here for an hour. The buffet guy, he said to me once, he goes, "We don't get paid to be funny. That shit comes easy. We get paid to travel."
Yeah.
The baggage handling, the connecting flights, the blah, 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 all the bullshit that happens in between. That's what we get paid for. The fact that we're on stage being able to perform is our dream. And that's the part that we love the most. Mm-hmm. Those 45 minutes to an hour is what we wait for all day long.
Yeah.
So hopefully people will be looking for me. I'm Paul Bond. Look for me in your area. Or if you want me in your area, Facebook me and private message me. It's not a hard thing to do as far as getting the show together. We do a dinner show, and somebody who lives there, this fucker right here, if you got a Knights of Columbus Hall you belong to, or a Caves or American Legion Hall, something like that, a restaurant. I've done my show in restaurants, small restaurants. Yeah, all I need is 50 to 100. That's all we're starting. I'm not going big. I'm not doing theater. That's down the line. Right now, it's keeping it intimate and enough to make me happy and make a paycheck. Smarter, not harder, as they say.
Absolutely. Hey, Paul, we just hit the 40-minute mark. I don't like to keep it too long. So, man, I appreciate you coming on and taking time to do this. And this is fucking awesome.
I love that we bumped into each other
Like,
again.
I was so happy when you messaged me, man. I was like, yes, because you're always one of my favorites that laughs. I always remember I see your name on the list. I was like, fuck yeah. I always made sure I didn't have any gigs lined up that week, so I'd come catch you or whatever. So, dude, thanks so much. Please send me those clips so I can add those in, man. Okay, because I'll post this up on Tuesday. So,
okay, yeah, just let me know when you post it. I would like to check it out, and spay and neuter your pets. Okay.
Yeah, please.
I'm the Bob Barker of comedy. Spay and neuter your pets, you bastards. Because I love the animals, and love you, buddy. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, thanks, man.
This is System of a Down for breakfast to the song Aerials. Here we go. Cereal, Special K, lots of fiber regulates my day. Life is a cereal. You could have it with sugar or you don't have to swing that all. You get both with frosted mini wheats. One side is plain and the other side is really sweet. It's been a while. But Captain Crunch is the very best. Once you've had him, you can forget about all the rest. Oh, cereal piled up high, and some milk to keep from going dry.
Yes.
Thank you. Wow, I can't believe I pulled that out of my ass.
That's awesome.
Let's hear it for Jim Breuer.
Yeah! It's cool to be here as a fan of Metallica. Your boys right there. This is its own army. Metallica has their own army. People don't just say Metallica. You know, when you ask about a band, like, dude, who's your favorite band? You never say Metallica. Metallica! Who do you like? Metallica! You had James Hetfield, one of the greatest lead men of all time, a front man of all time. He didn't even have to sing. He just came out and said, yeah, yeah! 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 Ooh. Then you had Lars. If you didn't believe this band was gonna kick ass, little Lars would come out with a total different approach. What's up there, dudes? Just want to tell you all that we're gonna kick your testicles so hard tonight. They're gonna be dangling out your nostril, huh? Huh? Ain't that right, James? Yeah! Now they got a new world ahead of them. They got children. Half these guys have kids running around. And I'm sure it's gonna change the writing of this band. But I'm sure it's never gonna change their attitude and the way they perform. So this is for Metallica's new future of children. This is Metallica performing If You're Happy and You Know It. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Yeah! Are you happy? Show me! If you're happy and you know it, yeah! Ooh, do you really wanna show it? Are you happy? Show me! Clap your hands!
Well, Yeah.
I guess I do.
I'm an animal rescuer during the day. Do we have any animal lovers here tonight? I'm not kidding. I love the animals. That's why I should have my reality show. Animal rescuer during the day, stand-up comic at night. What do you think? Would you watch it? Yeah. Then you better be there at the pitch meeting, you sons of bitches. But you know one thing I learned about animals? They got casual sex down. Casual sex. That's a weird term, first of all, casual sex. What does that mean? Hey, wear sweatpants tonight. We're gonna do it casual.
It's a new style.
That's right. You wear a bow tie. That's it. You're done. What is casual sex? You brush up against the wife while she's doing dishes? There you go. Did you feel it? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? No? Okay. Cats have casual sex down. Cats are amazing. I wish I was a cat sometime. I swear to God. I can put 10 delicious trays of soft cat food in front of 20 cats, okay? 6 of them will opt out to lick another cat's butthole. And the best part, the cat get licked, not offended. They're like, oh, all right, go ahead. I was just going to get a morsel, but go ahead, have at it. Have at it, Charlie. And then when they're done, then one cat goes to eat, he goes to eat, no harm, no foul. Holy shit. What a wonderful world that would be. I'm an ass man. That would be wonderful. You're at the mall, you see a hot ass. Hey, come on, lady, let's do it. Here we go. She's like, oh, okay, I was just going to get a pretzel. All right. Wow, this happened at the food court. This is kind of weird. All right. Am I crazy or what? Some of you ladies like, oh yeah, that would be good.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. That was awesome. Always good to catch up with Paul Bond. Haven't talked to him in quite a while. Thanks for tuning in. I have a new website for the podcast, intheripodcast.com. You can see the YouTube clip on there, and also got the audio version on there as well. And as always, you can go to funnyfletcher.com for merchandise. If you want to buy anything on there, and you can use the promo code InTheRiPodcast, all capital letters, no spaces, when you're checking out. It gives you 10% off, which is a pretty sweet deal, I think. Maybe not to you guys. I don't care. I think it's a pretty sweet deal. Not a lot going on. Gigs be in Birmingham, March 11th through the 14th at the Stardome, and then the Tower City Comedy Festival in Paris, Texas, March 26th and 27th. And that's pretty much all I've got right now. But I'll keep everyone updated, of course, when I book some more stuff. Again, thanks for tuning in. I always appreciate it. Thanks to John Singleton from Anesthesia, Jarrett Riddick from Bowling for Soup for music. You guys are badass. And we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.